Palpitations can be really scary, especially when it's like a thud or it feels like your heart is skipping a beat or your heart is racing. It can be hormonal, it can be anxiety, it can be dehydration. But here are the red flags that you shouldn't ignore if you are experiencing palpitations. Everyone gets their odd skipped beat, but the fluttering that lasts 10, 20 or 30 seconds, that's repetitive, lasting longer, gives us more information. The more prolonged and more pronounced these flutters are, could indicate one of the following arrhythmias. You see, these conditions listed here are seen quite commonly, and they are very treatable once identified. The duration helps us differentiate between harmless palpitations and rhythms that need assessment. When your heart is healthy, the rhythm does increase smoothly with activity. But if you are exercising and your heart rate is not just up, but it's actually feeling irregular or jumpy, then that is a red flag. You see, your heart rate should be fast during activity due to the demand, but it shouldn't be chaotic. This can happen due to adrenaline or electrolyte disturbances. And in these situations, a stress test or a heart monitor worn during daily activities will easily let us know how the heart behaves under stress. When you are relaxed and sitting still, generally speaking, your heart rate should be around 60 to 100 beats per minute. But if you are sitting still and your heart rate is 120 or above, and this is without caffeine, without stress, anxiety or fever, then that should definitely be checked. And here's a list of things it can be indicative of. You see, once we understand the underlying cause and provide treatment, that usually brings the heart rate back to normal. If you put 2 fingers over your radial pulse, and it doesn't just feel fast but irregular, and that's happening quite often, that is worth checking. You see, your pulse should be predictable, steady, beat, beat, pause, beat, should not be happening. And if it does, it could be a sign of one of the following. Atrial fibrillation is the most common rhythmic condition we diagnose, especially with those over the age of 40. And it's important because untreated atrial fibrillation increases the risk of stroke. But once treatment is started, that risk dramatically reduces. So in any case, an irregular pulse doesn't always mean something severe or dangerous is happening, but it is worth checking. Certain triggers can make palpitations worse, even in a healthy heart, especially if you have any of these. You see, arrhythmias can occur more often as you get older, but can happen at any age, especially if you have any of these. You see, the risk does not confirm the problem. It simply tells us whether it is worth monitoring. Most palpitations are harmless, truly, but these red flags will help you decide when to take them seriously. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.